All right, so photosynthesis happened, and then we said the food chain begins. And the food chain can begin anywhere. Hydro, atmo, litho, okay? Because if a bird is eating a leaf in a plant in the atmosphere, even though plant's rooted to the geosphere, and a plant is really a living thing, which is an organism, it still can happen anywhere. I'm going to the lithosphere so you could see it travel through all of the layers of Earth, okay? It doesn't mean it's gonna happen in the lithosphere. So decomposers after the food chain play a key role in all cycles. What do? They break down. Decomposers and detritivores break down and return carbon everywhere. Atmo, litho, hydro. So they break it down. If they break it down and it goes into the soil, it's in the geosphere or lithosphere. If they break it down into a gas, it goes into the atmosphere. If they break it down in the ocean, it goes into the hydrosphere. Make sense? Okay. Now, carbon in the hydrosphere is a little bit unique because number one, and I don't even have that here, carbon dioxide. Well, you see this right here? Tell me what I'm trying to say.
The fish ring. It's a gas.
Carbon dioxide, no. Carbon dioxide dissolves in the ocean. I don't know how that's not in my notes, but you have to know that. So that's one way it enters the hydrosphere automatically. So we burn fossil fuels, carbon dioxide is in the atmosphere, and the ocean can dissolve it. Now once it's in the ocean, and another way it could get into the ocean is an organism like a plant or a protist can take the carbon dioxide in from the atmosphere and turn it into what? Remember? Yes, but no, glucose, because this is the carbon cycle. And then once the glucose is there, are you okay? Okay, I see it. I just got worried there for a minute. Okay, so carbon. I have allergies too. That's a new thing. McCarthy allergies. I'm actually different. So carbon dioxide dissolved in the water or is in a part of the cycle we are. When it dissolves, and C should be really CO2 because it's mainly as CO2. So please add that. Carbon doesn't have. What happens? What's it going to react with? I'll tell you this. It's going to make up this.
Calcium.
It's going to react with calcium to form calcium carbonate, which basically is going to form bones and shells. And then it could, those deposits can turn into limestone. And this reserve of carbon is the largest on Earth because it's very difficult to break down.
Whoa.
Hey, and it matches. So again, it's a cycle that can pretty much jump in any direction. But let's start with how it gets into the atmosphere, like we did with carbon. Evaporation from what?
Water.
No, this is all water. From what to what?
From liquid to gas.
From liquid to gas is the exact definition of evaporation. So the water cycle is a lot like changing states. Transpiration.
Gas to water.
Notice how it's, oh, actually it should be right. Oops, this is a picture. There it goes. Showed you all. You know that I lost these notes, so I had to turn them into PDF files. From, whatever, I showed you. Transpiration is a type of evaporation. It just occurs in the leaves of trees. So it's still evaporation, except it's coming from the leaves of a tree. So the water, you learned that in elementary school. My daughter's learning it right now, and she's 10. Condensation. So now we're here.
Gas to liquid.
Good. Gas to liquid. So we went from wherever on Earth, we got Water made its way up from liquid form to gas form. Could be from the trees, it could be from oceans, it could be from a puddle, it doesn't matter, it could be from you. And then it's in the atmosphere and it condenses. And then what happens? Quickly, actually, like in 9 days. Maximum. Precipitation, which involves what? Rain. What else? Whoops! Hail. Woo.
Is that on the video?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's recorded.
Should I rewind?
No.
Rain, hail, sleet, and snow.
What exactly is sleet?
It's like an icy rain. Yes.
Have you ever seen?
Just words that describe falling precipitation. It hailed here, I remember.
Yeah.
It could damage your car.
Didn't it hail in
The rain itself is like half hail.
I never saw.
What does that mean?
So then it infiltrates into the land, percolates, it's kind of like trickling through the rocks, and then it's going to go into a major body of water through what? Runoff. Now, I want you to know that runoff can occur right here. In other words, from here, it can rain, fall on the geosphere, the lithosphere, and run off into a body of water without infiltrating and percolating. Okay? Runoff means it went down and it runs up into a large body of water, but it can happen through an aquifer. It can happen, it's called surface runoff when it comes straight from land.
So any of those three things can happen at any time?
Any of these things can happen.
Yeah, it's not like a specific order that percolation goes before infiltration.
No. Well, if you're going to travel into an aquifer, you're going to infiltrate into the land, percolate through the rocks, because the beginning of land is soil, and that's kind of into the soil, and then through the rocks is percolation. And then you have an aquifer, and the aquifer is an underground river, and it could go straight through to a large body of water.
How does it go from from evaporation to transpiration into the leaf?
No, it's evaporation and transpiration are the same thing,
Oh.
except water evaporating from the ocean or from a puddle,
And then
and when it happens from the leaves of the trees, it's called transpiration.
Come on, Brandon.
Aquifers are underground rivers, and I have a picture right here of groundwater, so you could just put it as groundwater, and you see it's flowing. It looks like a flowing, I kind of tried to write the word runoff there and infiltration. Now, water cycles through plants and organisms as well, obviously, we're 70% water. And I also want you to know that the majority of the water on Earth is where?
In ice.
in the ocean.
In the ocean.
Oh.